Yo. Alright, so yesterday was pretty interesting because the stream was actually very unproductive. I was planning, let's refer to the notebook. So my whole plan was to fix the malformed input issue, create a dashboard, and implement the increment mechanism. So basically, I couldn't figure out on stream how to do the malformed input, or how to fix the malformed input, being able to rec stuff. Basically, what it came down to was... Oh, I'm still reading this. Okay. Basically, it boiled down to the stdin buffer. So we can look at main here. For example, what I kind of want to get, I kind of want to switch this up. I don't want to. Okay. How do I make a new window? Right, crap. How do I switch between windows on here? Me trying to figure out how to use Tmux right now. Oh, that's kind of funny. Window. Oh, change to the next window? Okay, that's fine. Figured it out. Okay, basically what it boiled down to was, for example, we have many different points of user input throughout the execution of the program. The first one being here, the option. So we want one digit from there. So I was able to get this option to store one digit. However, I was not able to successfully clear the stdin buffer. So, actually, what I was able to clear it here. I was able to clear this, but then I didn't put flush, which was my solution. So here was the flush function to flush out the stdin buffer. So if I remember correctly on stream, I put flush here and it was fine, but I simply just didn't put flush in the other places. So like, for example, if I would create a new habit, I would create it would take an input and store the new line there or whatever it was storing, and then it wouldn't let me, it would mess up the rest of the inputs. So I just needed to put flush here. This down here doesn't need flush because after f gets, I am replacing the new line with a null terminator. But basically, that's what it boiled down to. So after all of the input instances, I just needed to flush. That solved that problem. Okay, now there are many other things I did yesterday off stream that I was really not expecting to do this much, but I was pretty irritated with the input problem and wanted to solve it that day. I didn't want to wait and come back to it today. So went and solved that, and then I just, I was like, oh, I'm not on stream, blah blah. I could just kind of sit here and take as long as I want. So I went through and did a lot of extra stuff here. So for example, I condensed, let's see, or actually, so, oh wait. So I condensed, well actually I added another file as well, but I had habit and file.c. So I pretty much put all those in operations.c, all those functions are there. A scratch is still there. I added a file for some simple UI stuff because the execution is pretty ugly. Let's see, is there... Okay, so I could kind of show you. Let's see. Yeah, so you could see I added just like the most basic of basic little prompt here to make it a little bit less ugly. But that's what lives in this UI file. Two simple functions to do that. So I did that. I also modified the make file. Well, I shouldn't say modify. I actually added content to the make file. So pretty basic make file, compiling main operations and UI all together and putting it into a binary folder, which I didn't have before. So the binary folder is new. So I made it executable out of that. That's new. I just added the MIT license to it. The README is still blank because there's so many unanswered questions with this project that I feel like writing a README might be... Yo, what's up, dude? Chilled Quark, how you doing? So that's actually most of what I did yesterday. So it was a lot more than I intended, especially because I was stumped, and then, if I didn't do anything else, it would be quite far back. So there are some additional things. There's like an additional problem I introduced last night with the modifications I made, which I haven't discovered the source of yet. Let's see. So yeah, I cleaned it up. So yeah, I do have this sort of bug. I can show you the bug. So here, even if I want to do something simple, just like create a habit, task 2. Yeah. So fail there. Now also, yeah, segmentation fault. Trying to freaking access that. I'm not sure why. I'm just not sure why. Everything was fine until... Damn, what happened to the music? Yeah, everything was fine until I did the stuff for the make file and compiled it into this new executable here. Let's see what main does. I still have main here. Let me see. This is the old one. Okay, so it dumps that too. So that is a problem that I'm going to be looking at now. The glaring issue is while I have... let's see. So while I do have the increment function, this will increment the file like how we want. You know, it'll add the date, and also it'll take the current streak and add 1 to it. So right here you can see. You can see it here as well. So the format is this. So we have increment function, but we can have the increment function without having a way to actually implement it. So here's the big problem, because with me and my personal habit tracker that I use on my Raspberry Pi, it's a separate program I wrote like 2 years ago, written in Python, a lot simpler, a lot whatever. It's just bare basic. I run that using cron jobs. So that is kind of the mindset I had going into this, and I thought, you know, I've never really seen a project that makes the user add a cron job to their system. I'm not sure if that's like really practical. However, that is just how this works. This is how it's going to work. So I need to, let's see. I need to find a way. I can do it on my computer, I think, pretty easily. I mean, I don't know. I say pretty easily. Given this, how much of a pain this stuff has been, it'll probably be complicated, but for me at least. I also, the other problem is, I don't know if there's a way I can sort of automatically add this cron job to the user's system if they want it. Like, give them the option to add the cron job just automatically so I don't have to deal with it. Or I'm wondering if everyone is going to have to do it manually. I don't want them to do that. I feel like that's really kind of a pain. So I'm gonna think about that some more. But that's something I need to solve. Once that's solved and the dashboard's written, this is pretty much done. So let's see. Chilled Cork says, currently learning C as my first language. Well, I mean, C's it'll teach you a lot. So if you're learning it as your first language, you'll be pretty prepared for most everything else. So Java was technically the first language that I ever learned, and it was okay. But yeah, C it's not my first language. So there's a lot of things, for example, in Python, there's a lot of things that a language like Python takes care of by itself that is not taken care of in C. And so if you're used to, and I mean even Java as well, but like especially Python, and for work I use Python the most, and most of my experience has been with Python. So coming to C is really jarring. I mean, yeah, memory management, pointers, input, output, everything. The build system, it's all different, but C gives you ultimate control over everything. It's amazing. It's super cool, and you learn a lot. So if I could go back and learn, if I could choose a first language, it would be C. I think it would be the highest yield language to learn first, in my opinion. Okay, so let's see, what are we doing? Also, if you're learning C right now, I'd recommend this book, C in a Nutshell. By who's this by? Peter Prines and Tony Crawford. This book's from like 2008, I think. I don't know. 2006. And it goes over pretty much everything you'd ever want to know about C, and is handy as a like reference manual. I've used it multiple times during this project. So okay, that's that. So now I actually have to do something. Okay, well, I forgot my neck pillow. Hold on. I forgot to do this. just do? You know? I'm not sure if that's gonna work. Maybe I should. I should also fix that as well. Oh, alright, that worked. Wait, that's pretty cool. Oh my gosh, I wasn't expecting it to be that easy. But I don't know why that's the case, to be honest. Because, what is the relative directory of a... Are using me. Does it? Huh. It seems like. So before I used to have my stuff all here. And so my executables are here. And so given that my executables were here, within these executables, if I wanted to access my data directory, I would have to go back. I'd have to go up to the parent and then access data. But given that my make file is here in the parent directory, and you see I actually put it into the binary folder. So it would appear that the relative directory actually for this executable in my binary directory is still this parent directory. And that is why here before, where I would have to go up a directory like this, it's seeming that was causing a segmentation fault with this new structure. So I'm thinking I will need to go back. Oh boy. Look at all these escape sequences, that's funny. Yeah, pretty much all of this. Well, okay, so those two, that's it. That's pretty okay. And then over here, we have just one instance of that. So what we need to do is for everything, substitute this data, or actually just this. I don't know, maybe that'll be, I don't know, let's just say data global. Okay, so that did it for this file at least. And then here we can search for this. I think it was data. No, not found. Okay, so if I had to bet, I would bet that would work now. Okay, so let's go back and make it, then let's try to make one. Test 1. Okay, success 3. Okay, existing. Boom, so it works. Let's exit. Now, there was something that my make file, or there's something that make was trying to tell me here. Warning, string directed output may be truncated, writing up to 99 bytes into a region size of 95. Okay, that's fine. What do you mean by that, though? 24. I don't like that, how it does that. Okay, in function increment, the O2 directive output may be truncated, so this is just, these are just in the to be honest. I'm not sure what kind of significance that's supposed to have. Okay. That is fine. Okay, so if this is now done, I need to figure out. I need to figure out how I'm going to increment this. Every existing file, so let's see. Alright, so I fixed this, by the way. Actually, while we're just put that up there. Fix that data directory access thing. Okay, so I'm trying to visualize this. I'm trying to visualize this increment thing. So basically what it should do is increment mechanism. Honestly, for each. Wait a minute. For each file in data, call increment. Literally, that's it. Holy crap. That's really it. And so we see here, and here it is. So while this, okay, so this is basically while we're in the directory. Oh crap. Wait a minute. Yeah, de.d name. Yeah, so the de, this structure is for reading the directory, as I say. Open the directory here. If it's null, it failed to open that. But okay, so this will read the directory and it will give you the name. So I don't need to call this to first get file names. It actually doesn't matter what's in there. I don't need to know. So I could just call this over and over and over and call increment on the file. Okay. I think that's what it would be like. Just me freaking around with the buffer yesterday. So I can really take from my existing function, okay, just my scratch file. Well, this doesn't exist anymore. All right, I think I need to call it, I think I need to include something. Yeah, this. Oh, let's include that, okay. Okay, so first I'll read it, open it up, and so the path is, you know, data, or data, okay? Open data, if it's null, blah, blah, failed to open. And this doesn't need to be there. So then we need to read the files. So while, and this I here, this I less than 10 is because I'm only allowing for 10 different things at a time. Maybe I should allow for more, but damn, if you're knocking out 10 different lifestyle things, that's pretty crazy. Okay, so while this, need to add so basically what's happening here, so just call increment on the file. That's it. So DE has, it's the name. So like here, I think I'm probably even doing this. Yeah, well, I'm just calling it actually on this. But this should work. I think this should work, actually. Okay. Actually, I don't even care about this. I don't even care about the IFN. Here. So while this is not null, what I will do is, first I need to open the file. Okay, so I can say file f pointer is, oh, what is it? Is it open? I don't remember. F open, okay. So it needs to be F open and DE name. That's the name of the file that we're gonna open, and we're in the directory, so I think this should work. Jeez. Maybe not though. Maybe we'll see. I'm not sure if it puts the scope of things in there. I don't know if I need to like append the data slash this. I don't know, we'll see. And then we'll open it in append mode because it will be append. Now I think what will be an issue is like the formatting problem. I think it'll be okay once it gets going, but when you're dealing with new files and stuff like that, having it in append mode and the format you use for append might cause some problems with the data. So let's see. I think we have some data. So we have test, and it has date and streak. Okay, so that's all it has. I think I'll need to add like some sort of qualifier for like if the data is shaped like this, where it's empty, we might have to do a little bit different behavior here. But maybe not though. I don't know. It might be the same. Actually, it might not even matter. It shouldn't matter. I don't think. But okay, who cares right now? So open this up, and we do need to include. No, hold on. Might be getting ahead of myself here. Increment takes path. Is that it? Do I just have to literally call increment? Oh my goodness. I think I just need to call this. Oops. I think I just need to call this here. That would be honestly too convenient. Yeah, this is going to be too convenient. No way. How do I close the... Damn it, I don't know how to do that. Okay. Just close. I think that's it. I mean, don't I do that here? Mm-hmm. All right, let's see if this works. Oh goodness. Are we in binary? I don't even know where we're at. Scratch. Scratch.c. Man, I don't know how to freaking include this, to be honest. Really? Oops. Man, I don't know how this works, honestly. With like this stuff. Oh, maybe it's different. And what's this? And then I include. Okay. Then I just need to put in. Okay, so the sources are. And source operations, and then I need to say alpha bin. Sure. Come on, bro. It looks like it's actually working now. Returning void from a function. Oh, dang. What do you mean return null? Where did I return null? Okay, so I can't do that, dude? What do you mean? Okay, whatever. We can turn one. What that is, we champion. Has no member named name. Did you mean D-name? Oh, I think I did. I did mean D-name. Matter of fact, I did mean D-name. Thank you for that. Okay, so it worked, I think. File failed to open. Okay. I think it's because of man. I think I need to take a page out of the this book here, like this path. This essentially okay, so path data, path and then data, so string, I think that's like a concatenator, however you want to say it. Oops. Copies into a string. What? I thought it was like, oh, okay. Concatenate. Oh, here it is. Yes. Yeah. Okay. So to path, we want to add d name. That's what we want. That's it. We want to do that every single time. If it's not null, we need to create a new path. We need to add the name or the file to it. See if that works. Whatever. Keep that there for now. Oh, I see. Oh, wait. Oh, yeah, I forgot it at first. Oh, hold on. I forgot. Alright, I'll be right back. Hold on a second. Like, getting the sweatshirt on. Remind to turn the light off. Let me see. Oh wait, I forgot I have 2 lights on. I'm not even visible. It's okay. I'll just turn this back on. Actually, okay, yeah, that's fine. Sometimes I need to see the desk anyway. Oh. All right. Okay, so I know what's happening. I know what's happening here. First off, to begin with, it looks like the file 1 actually incremented. Let's look. Okay, back. I didn't know if I was back. Let's see if it actually incremented. We split. Whatever. Let's do this. It did not, dude. That's a lie. Oh wait, that's a lie. It didn't even increment. Huh? Why didn't it do it? Huh. Why do I do it again? Okay. I just incremented it a bunch of times. Okay. It isn't doing anything. You're not doing a freaking thing. Okay. No problem. I know what the heck you're doing. I know what it's doing, I think. Actually, I don't know what it's doing. Oh, wait. Oh my gosh. Dude. Oh, I'm so funny. I'm not even really checking for what I think I'm checking for. I got the whole path here, and then I increment just this. I don't even know how that works. I don't know how that's even... I don't think that should work. I don't know how that even gave me like a successful report or whatever. Like, how did that return 0? You tell me this... So just putting the name in there returned 0 somehow? But, well, you know what? Well, I would think that would fail. That's so weird. I don't think this will work then. Watch this. If this is how it is, I don't think that it could work different like this. It says it incremented. Alright, let's test it. Alright, let's look at our test. Call him BS. Yeah, that's working well. How does that work? Okay. You're telling me this works too? How is any of this working? Why does that change? Wait, doesn't this position it into file? Okay. Why? Why is that doing that? It doesn't do anything. Why does it get rid of that stuff? That doesn't make any sense to me. I'm not sure why that is getting rid of that. That is weird. freaking working, man. I got no idea what's going on here at all. I have no freaking idea what's going on here. It doesn't even print that stuff out. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Hold on. Blender. What? Still didn't work. What the heck? It's doing the same mysterious thing. Nothing. That's just not true. It's not incrementing. That's just false, but it's returning 0. Why would it return 0? It doesn't do any of this. It doesn't print out any of this stuff. Screw this here. Let's just call it and see what it says. What are you going to say about that? I'm not going to surround it with anything. You just need to call the thing. It doesn't do it. Wait a minute. Whoa, 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 whoa. Oh my gosh. Oh no. I cannot believe I've been doing this for the past however long. Oh my gosh. I have been typing make, dude. I have not even been compiling my thing. That is actually extremely hilarious. Dude, I think that solves all my problems. Holy crap. I haven't even been doing that. I've been just... Oh my gosh. Wow. That actually might... Dude, because I've been sitting here thinking... how does this make any sense? It really did not make any sense. I cannot believe that. Alright. Oh, what if that works? That would be embarrassing, but also so awesome if it was worked. Oh, it worked! Oh my god, I just spent, like, what was that, 30 minutes compiling the wrong thing. I just spent 30 minutes or something around there, somewhere around there, compiling the wrong thing. Dude, that is so funny. Oh, that is so freaking funny. Let's see. Yep. Now it's doing it. Oh my god, you know, Oh yeah, you know how hard my head was hurting? Oh, my head was hurting. I'm like, dude, this makes no sense. Like, the outputs weren't making sense. Nothing was making sense. I could not I could not make it make sense in my head. I was compiling the wrong thing the whole time, and now it works. That was that simple as well. I actually think I could probably make it a bit more simple. I kind of was, let's see. Well, actually, let's see, was it? Yeah, it was skipping over the first two. Passing that, current returning. It was doing this correctly. Oh, that's so funny. Okay, so create path string, I did it. Yeah, increment file. Oh my gosh, wow. My head was starting to hurt so bad after I was doing that. I'm like, what the freak is going on here? Well, I think that's about as simple as it gets, man. Man, their music today has been like ending on some really weird things here. I'm gonna change it up. Okay, so now that that works, this is a real mechanism that can be in place. And it actually seemed like it worked very good with, so let's just do some further tests on this, just to make sure it's robust. Okay, so we're gonna call just the regular one, the main file. We'll view our habits, we got test one. Okay, so let's make Jim. Okay, let's look at him. Okay, so let's make diet. Okay, successful. 3. Okay, so I got 3. Those are there. Okay, let's exit out of here. Let's increment all of them. Pad data. Okay, 13 successful. Increment successfully. Increment successfully. Let's see. Let's see if they really did. Yep. They did. Okay, they incremented successfully. Oops. It doesn't really exist anymore. Well, this does. It doesn't really. It doesn't exist anymore. Okay. So it seems to work actually. So basically, this can be a script that's called. So we can just make it like auto increment or something. So we can make it like auto inc.c. And so what auto inc does is exactly what frickin' this is doing. Like literally exactly what this is doing. So it's gonna take that time. It needs this. I think it needs all of this actually. It's done. Okay. Okay, so the dashboard. The dashboard could probably be done relatively simply as well. Dashboard probably. Let's see. Yep, I think it's simple. Basically, we take this same for the opening, okay, and we want to skip over these two as well. So we're going to take this, okay, and while it's not null, I mean, this is the same too. This will be the same. Create. Well, maybe the path actually is. Well, it won't be necessary, I think, for the functions. So we'll create the path string. Okay, so now we want. Now what do we want? We want source operations. Okay, and then we want current. So basically it should just be like habit. I mean, honestly, just boom. We can just print that out. Doesn't need to be a... Okay, so print that out, and then we print out, super rough, by the way, but I just want it to work. I just want to see it work. Okay. I think that's literally the dashboard right there. And then close the directory. Now, of course, there could be modifications, but I think this is the bare minimum that would work. Yep. Worked. Oh, what's up, Black Horizon? Hope you're doing good. Thanks for the sub. Okay, so the dashboard is extremely elementary, but the mechanism works. So basically, we just want to see the name, the current streak that a person is on, and the best streak they've ever had in that habit. Now, in my personal one that I've written before, I do have some other stuff like the average streak length. I also have when their best was achieved. I'm not really sure how I would do that with how difficult these file streams are, but let's see, this one. I mean, that straight up like works in the most, which I've been wondering, but it does work, and that's very important to me. Okay, so did we watch me, man? That's crazy. Am I back? That was very unexpected. Actually, I think the first time I've ever had my internet cut out like that on a stream. Anyway. Okay, I think I'm back now. Just a little hiccup. So what I was gonna do, I want to make this just an option for. Yeah, thank you. Let me know. I want to make this an option. So, what is a should just do whatever. So generate that or whatever, dude. Oops. So like display stats from current habits. Okay. Dashboard, pretty easy. So this so open that in there, that in there. Oops. That should work. And then oh man, what's my header? Dang it. Split source UI. Okay, so let's say the next one would be dashboard. I guess we're gonna just say that. Something like oops. View. Dashboard. Okay, maybe we can just say dashboard. I tend to be so verbose all the time. I'm always so verbose. Okay, so that's fine. So if they hit dashboard, oops. If they do that, man, I'll tell you what, I think the next day that I do this is going to be focusing on cleaning up main, because main is an absolute disaster. I mean, it's just actually embarrassing how crazy this is, but that's fine. Okay, so that is exit. So if this is true, then if it's this one, then we just say dashboard in a really limited sense. I guess we can just be a little bit better and just say like if, just make sure it returns 0. If not, actually, if dashboard is not 0, how about that? That's a better way to say it. If dashboard is not 0, trouble printing dashboard. Okay. Just deal with it with that. Trouble printing dashboard. That's it. I think I need to, oh yeah, I need to put it in freaking, mine is always rewritten after a few weeks. Yeah, dude, mine is, it's really bad. I mean, like, that's pretty bad. It started with such, it began with really good intentions, and it was very, I mean, dude, it's 126 lines. It should probably be like 30. I mean, I don't know. Maybe like 50 at the max, I think. Just as a control board for everything, but it's not. I mean, it's got logic in there. It is doing stuff it should not be doing, but this is the way it is. It's fine. Okay. So what I need to do is now I need to go into the freaking include, and I need to go to operations, and I need to put this in here. Let's close this. Although I don't care about the rate. Let's just close it out. Ah, crap. Okay, fine. So what was it? Dude, I guess it's here. That's fine. So let's open up split include. Oh wait, was I actually right in there? Was I in here? Let's see. Okay, I was here. Okay. Alright, so let's go here. Just dashboard, just in dashboard, okay. That should be fine. Okay, that should work. I think it should. I think it should work. Warning, this statement may fall through. Dude, if it falls through, I would be so concerned. I wouldn't care that much, or would I? I probably would care a little bit, I guess. I don't know really what that means. I don't know what they mean by that. It might fall through. Maybe I just need to surround it with a. I think I need to surround it with another parenthesis. I think it just needs some more parentheses. The statement may fall through. Why? What am I doing? I'm doing something. I'm doing this too fast, I think I'm missing something. Well, it doesn't look like it. What does that even mean? Honestly, what does that even mean? May fall through. Let me look this up. Warning, this statement may fall through. Switch statement. Oh, dude. It just needs to. Okay, it just needs to. Oh man, that's all. It just needs to break. Okay. No duh. Okay, I could probably take this way. Let's see if that works. If I take that away. I think it worked. Did it work? Let me try. Dashboard. Hey, it worked. Current test one, gen current one, best one. So the you know, that works. Okay. If this is the case, this means it's essentially almost done. As far as all very standard functionality, it would be almost done at this point. Okay, so added dashboard. Or like added, how about skeleton dashboard? Yeah, because it's all skeleton. It all looks very terrible, but it works as of right now. It seems to work. Okay, so that's pretty cool if it works. Yeah, the heat wave is pretty crazy. Here in Indiana, it's like, oh, I have my phone off, but I think today it was like 90 or something. Over 90, I don't know. Okay. Alright, hold on, man, that's crazy. All right, so as I wrap up this session, I want to sit and reflect a little bit in the notebook so I can hit on some points when I come back. Okay, so today, what is it? It's June 30th, so June 30th. Okay. Okay, so let's see. What would I do today? Okay, so first off was the increment mechanism. So increment mechanism, bare bones dashboard. Okay. Honestly, I think that was it. So that directory access bug was fixed. It was very simple. It wasn't even really a bug. That was fixed. That's that, actually. I did both of these things that I was wanting to do. Okay, so both those things are done. Now that positions the project to be, well, it could be done fairly soon. But there's still some things I'd like to do. I want to make it look prettier, obviously. It looks very, very barren right now. So, to do one, first off, clean up main. And also, I might need to kind of distribute my functions in a more readable way, because as it stands right now, everything is in operations. Operations is pretty big, and I don't know. I mean, it's not too terrible, but I think I have like a lot of duplicate variable names, stuff like this. It's actually not very good, but it's all kind of been smashed together over time, and it works. Just really, in a very simple way. So, clean up main. Hold on one second. So yeah, I want to clean up main. Maybe clean up operations. So in other words, clean up the whole freaking thing, which is fine. Clean up operations. We want to make execution look prettier. Make execution prettier. I think I could put some like cool like ASCII sort of stuff in there to make it just look better, and the outputs look better because they look very bad and stacked, and they're just not good. So make execution prettier, and then what? Let's see. Do some final like. Oh, we need to address the crone problem. Address crone problem. In other words, how are people going to have this thing run autonomously on their machines? Do I just give in the README a little like example of how to put it in someone's crone file? I don't know. Do I give an example? Do I also give a option to automatically add it to there? And if I do that, I'm not sure how I can automatically find somebody's cron jobs on their computer. I'm not sure. So address the cron problem. And then also address README, which is blank. Never a good thing. So address README, project name, etc. Because I feel like habit tracker is actually not even really accurate as I have talked about a few days ago. It's more just like a lifestyle counter. It's more just, if there's something you want to do in your life, then you can. So, yeah, sorry, I just want to go in here. That's pretty much it, actually. Yeah, suggest the readme and the name. I guess we'll just do that tomorrow. Probably tomorrow, I would assume. Okay, and I got everything in there, so it's good. Okay, well, thanks for watching, guys. It's cool having you here, so hope you have a good evening, and yeah, I'll be back soon. So yeah, thanks. I'll see ya.